Hello everyone, welcome to the MealPro channel. If you're new here, I'm Chef Justin, and today we're going to do a wonderful bulgogi marinade that we're going to actually put on some brisket instead of the usual short rib. Bulgogi's a great salty, sweet, and savory, and a little spicy marinade. It's going to go great. Usually it is done on the bone-in short ribs that are sliced very thin. We're going to change things up. We're going to try it on some brisket, which is largely unappreciated. So let's start things off. First thing, everything is going to go in a blender. So we're going to start off with one whole Asian pear that's been peeled, cored, and just kind of rough chopped. That's going to go in. Then we are going to go ahead and add about 2 cups of regular soy sauce. Now there is a method to the madness here. Everything's going in, but for this we want to make sure that all of the Asian pear is blended in first before we move on to the other stuff. So let's get that going. Alright, now that we have a lovely pear and soy smoothie here, we can add everything else in. We're going to go ahead and add in about a half cup of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of ginger. This has just been minced up a bit, about 1 tablespoon of garlic that's been treated the same way, then about a half teaspoon of chili flake. You can add more if you'd like. You can make it as spicy as you want, however you're the one that has to eat it. And then we're going to go ahead and add in about a strong half cup of scallions that have been sliced. Then we're just going to pulse this a bit. We want everything to kind of combine. We're not trying to puree this part too much, because since it is a marinade, we need the bigger chunks to come off later. Alright, and once we have finished that, we're going to go ahead and add this to some brisket. Alright, so this brisket that I've gone ahead and pre-trimmed and sliced pretty thin. It doesn't look much like brisket anymore. However, just like short rib, it's going to offer you some nice marbling. And if you don't cut it across the grain, which you can see as it runs through the muscle, it's going to get really tough. So you're going to want to slice it nice and thin, about 1/4 inch, maybe to 1/2. And then we're just going to go ahead, get that all together, and add a little bit of our marinade. Now we just want enough to cover here. Now we're just going to give this a little toss to make sure everything is coated evenly. And then we're going to let it sit. Now the thing about this is that since it is so thinly sliced, you only need to let it rest for about 4 hours. You can probably go up to about 8. However, this is one that I don't recommend you let go overnight. It'll start to probably get a little too salty, and the meat will start to sort of lose its juices and get a little tough. Now, one of the beautiful things and why there's Asian pear in this is that works as a tenderizer on the meat. There are enzymes in those pears that will start to kind of break it down, so it softens up a little bit, and the sweet flavor is really nice. But since Asian pears aren't really a seasonal thing, well, kiwi actually will work in the same place. It has the same properties and will give you that same sort of sweetness. Alright, we're just going to let this sit, and then it can go on top of a hot grill or into a screaming hot pan. You just want to cook it lightly. Alright, I'm going to let those sit in the fridge for 4 hours while my grill starts to warm up. And that should do it. Alright everybody, that's it for this episode. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you liked this video or found it helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the MealPro channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you haven't already, make sure to follow us on Instagram at MealPro. We love connecting with you guys on there as well. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.